This video is meant to give you a little overview of the online portion of this course. So I'm logged in as a student right now. When you log in, it should look something like this on your home page. The first thing I want to show you is how to see what we're doing each week and how to see what assignments are due each week. So I'm going to go up here to syllabus and click on syllabus. I'm not going to go through the details of the syllabus right now, but please do read through this carefully on your own. What I'm going to do right now is scroll down to the schedule right here. And you can see here that the schedule shows exactly what we're doing each week online, in lecture, and in lab. So if I scroll down a little bit more, for example, I can see that in week 3 and in week 5, we're going on field trips. So go ahead and mark those on your calendar. And if I scroll down here a little bit more, it's going to give me a list of the assignments that are due. So I can see, for example, that quiz 1 is due 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, September 1st. Okay, that's the end of the first week of school. So most of your assignments throughout this course are going to be due on Sundays. You occasionally will have other assignments due throughout the week, but you will always have some assignments due on Sundays. And one of the assignments you're always going to have is the weekly quiz. You get 2 chances for these quizzes, and these quizzes contain material from the lecture, from the online material, and occasionally from the lab as well. So I just suggest that you wait until after class each week before you take the weekly quiz, because otherwise you might not know all of the material. Something else I wanted to point out are these assignments called soft chalk. Almost every week you will have some soft chalk assignments. These soft chalk assignments basically take you through the material and then ask you questions to check your understanding, but you get unlimited amount of tries on them, and they are worth points. So what I recommend you do is just do the soft chalks until you get 100%, okay? Because that's an easy way to really boost your grade if you get 100% on those soft chalks. Okay, so now let's go back up to the modules. So I'm going to click on modules. And this first module has a lot of student resources, so go ahead and read through that when you have time. It also has how to insert an image on posts, which you're going to need to be able to do for your very first discussion post. So please read through that. This is the intro module, so read through that one as well. Course lab notebooks, hopefully you've already taken a little bit of a look at that. And then here is the week 1 module. So the first thing I wanted to point out is notice how a lot of this is grayed out and I can't click on it. That's because most of the modules are set up so you have to go through the material in order. So it's not going to let me click on this page until I read the overview and outcomes. So make sure you go through these in order. Also, sometimes there are some modules that are locked by date. You can see that this one is locked until a certain date, so that could be another reason that they're grayed out. You can't just go through like the entire course in 1 week. Another thing I wanted to point out for the modules is that for almost every week, you're going to see 2 modules. So here's the week 2 module. This is the main online material. If I scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there's also a week 2 lab module. So please read through the lab modules before you come to class. For week 1, there is no lab module, but I believe for every other week there is a lab module, so make sure you look through those. They also sometimes have assignments in them as well, but although they're usually not due before lab, they're usually due after lab. Now let's take a look at how to see your grades. So I'm going to scroll up to the top again and click on grades. And you can see for this student, this is a fake student called test student. This student only has 2 assignments done so far. So the first one they got a 2 out of 2. The second one they got a 3 out of 5. And there are a few things I wanted to point out here. One is this little icon right here. That is showing the grading rubric. So if I look here, I can see why I got a 3 out of 5 on my assignment. So for this student, it looks like you know, they're missing a picture or text in their post, so they only got 3 out of 5. I am required to grade by these grading rubrics, so please take a look at the rubrics before you do an assignment, and also after you're finished with an assignment, but before you submit it, go through the rubric again and make sure you've you know, completed everything and you're going to get all the points. Another little icon I'd like to point out is this one. This is the comments. So sometimes I will make individual comments about your assignment, so please do read through those, because many times I'm commenting on things that I see maybe you've made the same mistake a few times, and so I want to help you out and make sure you don't make that mistake again. So please read through the comments. And the last thing I want to show you is the announcements. So you can see the announcements by going to the announcements tab or even on the home page. You should be getting these announcements in whatever regular email you check daily. Because occasionally we'll have important announcements about, you know, maybe a field trip or something like that, that you have to see, you know, within 24 hours or something. Most of the time we try to give you a lot of notice, but, you know, occasionally things happen where you need to see stuff ahead of time. So if I click on that very first announcement, you can see right here, there is a section that tells you how to set up your email in Canvas so that you receive those announcements in your regular email. So if you haven't been getting the announcements in your email, I think there have been 3 so far, make sure you go through these steps to set up your email so that you get these announcements. I think that's about it. If you have any other questions, please feel free to message me through Canvas, ask me after class, come to my office hours. I'm always available, so don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I want everyone to have an awesome, fun semester and do well in this class.